Good morning and welcome to the Zia Will Studio Buzz podcast. My name is Doc and I am coming to you from Albuquerque in New Mexico, where it's just, I never get tired of this beautiful place where I live. Thank you for being here with me, and also thank you if you have watched the last video where I am branching out a little bit into that other love of mine, into paper and fountain pens and writing. A bunch of you have watched already, and thank you for that, and also thank you for the positive feedback. If you want, please let me know how you like it. If you liked it, let me know. And I know that Sherry, thank you for your comment. I would love to see your setup. I know a lot of you don't have a channel, of course, but I would love to see take a picture of your fountain pens, take a picture of your setup and everything. I would love to see it. My email address is ziawools@comcast.net. Send me a picture if you'd love to share. I would like to see that. Yes. And to finish that, I have brought just one paper item, even though I would like to keep the two subjects separate. I will not usually mix it up except for now because I forgot this, or I shouldn't say I forgot. It's something that I thought of after I recorded the paper episode. And I remembered that I have this, which is a school pouch for coloring pencils and a fountain pen. So it normally holds, but I will use it for my trip, for my fountain pens that I plan to use. There's a blotting thing. So normally people would have a ruler, the kids would have a ruler, a pencil, and their fountain pen, and this is filled with coloring pencils, a pencil sharpener, and an eraser. The rubber band was loose, so I only replaced this with a fresh eraser. I'm going to bring a pencil sharpener, and I want to find my ruler that has centimeters and inches. I think I have a short one, that's why there is nothing right now, and I also want to add a pencil. And here are the pens that I planned, the fountain pens that I plan to bring on my trip. Come a little bit closer. Yep, you have seen them in the paper video. Very happy with this, and that way I don't need to, bring something other than, so I have everything, all the options, which is going to make me happy. Yeah, and I told you about the trip notebook. I went to an antique store yesterday and I did not find a vintage map to decorate the cover for the trip, so I'm still not decided on what I'm going to do, but I put my two other notebooks in here, the knitting one and also my personal journal. And then in the front, I will put the notebook for the trip notes. I also put some blotting paper in from these, the school notebooks. This one still has one also. Because this is what elementary school kids use in Germany. It's an A5 size, and the kids are required to, or were required when I went to school, to write with a fountain pen. So that's why these notebooks came all with the blotting paper. Yep. And my cover is from Bassi & Co., handmade here in the US. Very fast delivery, very impressive, and I love the turquoise color. So what I have been working on in the past weeks since I saw you, or however long it was, is my sweater that I am designing myself because I couldn't find anything that matched my gauge. I'm using 3mm needles and it already looks a little bit more like a sweater, I think. Here, I think I was somewhere here last time and I decided to put in the markers every night after I've knitted on this so it wouldn't feel so endless. I think I have over 300 stitches, maybe 360 or so for one round, so it's really slow progress, and that can be very it can feel so endless and makes you not want to knit on it, but I do want to knit on it. So I found that this was a great way of doing it with the markers. Actually, what I found was this was day one, and then I thought, I mean, an evening, and then I thought the next day I was maybe here, and I thought, well, I can do as much as I did the day before, and then I thought, hey, maybe I can beat what I did yesterday. So that was a good way of doing it. And yeah, that will go on the trip. And second ball of yarn, and I need to wind more yarn for this. Then my Larimar shawl that you've seen last time already. Oh, the sweater I'm making with Zia Wool's Dreamcatcher in the colorway Put Your Shades On. This one similar but different. My honeysuckle base, which is a little more luxurious, but also, I mean, they're both soft. And this one is the colorway Craving the Light. And I have made this larger. It would have had only one of these stripes, and I gave it 3. And then when I started with the edge, I just really made it. Come a little closer. It's just really beautiful. Love this final section. However, I have a problem. This is my problem. I keep holding my breath, but I know I'm going to lose that yarn chicken in this case. It's just not going to happen because I still have at least 10 rows, 10 chart rows, which means 20 rows until I can cast off. This is never going to be enough. So what do I do? Easy enough. Honeysuckle, Craving the Light. I still had enough yarn. I dyed up some more, and what do you know? This secretary, she is completely unreliable. Also, this one cannot read her notes properly. Well, long story short, I had notes where it said 4 skeins for this dye recipe. I thought, what? 4 skeins? Can this be? I don't think so. Dyeing 2 skeins, and of course 4 skeins was right. But I can shift the blame to the secretary, right? So 4 skeins was indeed correct. So I applied the dye that was meant for 4 skeins to 2 skeins, and of course, very obviously, this is much brighter than this. It's kind of, you can, I see it better than you, I think, but yeah, you can see, yeah. I was not pleased with myself, but I may still wind this. It's not quite dry, and it's a beautiful color, and I always send out little sample skeins with orders. So if I put this at the end of the shawl, the rest will probably go as mini samples into the shop. I mean, not for sale, but as gifts. It is what it is. I'll make it work. You know me. And then, of course, you know how it is. We always have to bring special and the right projects for our trips. So in this case, I was thinking, what do I do? What do I do? Can't I cast on something new? And I have decided on this beautiful sweater, a design by Heidi Kirrmaier, the Sunshine Coast. And I believe this is already a fairly old, oh yes, 2016. Exactly, yeah, 4 years old. Oh, not too old, 4 years. So I want to make this, but do not fear, I will not knit another yellow item. I have decided to dye up some cozy Zia Wool's yarn. It's my DK base that you have seen last winter when I made the sweater for my son, which I knitted in color blocks, which I thought was just fabulous. But this one I wanted to make it, of course, in all in one color, and I have decided on purple. What do you think? It's good for me, right? So this is a random color. It's not a standard color, nothing that I wrote down. I just, you know, mixed stuff and thought, okay, this is nice. I like this. I'm just going to do this one. So hopefully I can show you some progress on this the next time. I'm sure I can. Shop-wise, of course the shop is going to close shortly, but I did want to show you something that I have that will eventually go into the shop. But also I wanted to mention how much I loved that you like the beautiful new colorway as much as I do. This is really my 2020 colorway of the year, which is called America the Beautiful. I cannot show it to you because it sold immediately after I put it in the shop. Thank you, Kat. This is so dear to my heart. I wish I could show you because it gives me goosebumps. It makes me smile. It makes me happy because it reminds me of everything that I love about this country where I live. It reminds me of the Grand Canyon, of the wild, of the woods, and I'm not a camper, don't think I am, and I'm not big of a hiker, but I love to travel and see the beauty of America. And I feel that, you know, it doesn't often happen that you, as a dyer, create something that makes you so happy because you feel like this has captured the essence of something so well that it just makes your heart sing. And that's what this did. Yes, America the Beautiful, national parks, wild animals, bears, whatnot. Yes. If you're curious, I think the pictures are still in the Etsy shop, even if the yarn is sold. But whatever, I'll show you another time. I will dye more. I do have a similar, more brown colorway, which is called Into the Wild, that I have brought because I'm tempted to use it as a new cast on for the trip as well, a 2-colored shawl. But then again, then I'm thinking, how much? I have plenty to knit. Maybe just bring this and bring, these 3, and bring a pair of socks and finish something instead of starting another new item and then having more to finish. But here is, without further ado, Into the Wild. Oh, yes, and now you know why I'm tempted to cast on with this. And I wanted to come up with two colorways that are complementing yet kind of solid. And here's the blue and the rusty toned down orange. Yep. And that's it. I've been having trouble with my internet connection, so I will keep this podcast at a shorter length. So hopefully I'm able to get the episode out to you, excuse me, as soon as possible. And yeah, until I see you again, I wish you a happy knitting, and thank you as always for watching and subscribing. Bye-bye. And thank you for your wonderful comments. I always appreciate those. Thank you. Bye-bye.